next Monday on the budget, so between now and then, I'll take the time to.
Well, it's getting
Phineas
later
Race
here
must
now,
be,
so.
pretty tough too, if you got washboard on Lime Pond.
Yeah, no, they went over it. They whoever's running the grader doesn't, I mean, they didn't even fill in the hog troughs,
Okay.
you know, with the dirt. They didn't even dig into it, basically, just cut the top of it over, and it was, like I said, it was just about as rough as it was. Well, it might have been a little better, but not much.
Yeah.
And another question I got is, I see these guys when they're out, trees come down or whatever. I was wondering where the chipper went, the town owns. How come they don't ever use that or anything? You know, some of that equipment.
Did the town ever own a chipper?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It wasn't Reggie Colby's?
Nope.
No.
Oh, you would know.
It was bought when he was in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Just wondering, I never see any of this stuff around. I don't know where all the Sanders ever went. Are they still kicking
No, the
around?
Sanders are still.
They're still there.
wandering around. We
Okay.
replaced a couple of them 2 years ago, I think it was. We replaced some Sanders.
I think they haul the brush back to the town garage and ship it there instead of blowing it in the woods.
I've never seen it.
Doesn't
Never
make
even
a lot
seen
of
the
sense.
chipper up
Yeah,
there. I was wondering, I know they had a motor problem with it because they didn't take care of it,
Excuse
but
me.
don't know what happened from there, so.
That'll
Just,
give us another topic to talk about on Monday.
that's all I got?
Had some trees they've been taking down. I know he took some down up on Ledge Hill. Or had them taken down. He didn't take them down, the tree company did. But, and hopefully.
Well, so notes. We'll ask the questions when we see them.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all I got.
All right.
Come back
Yeah.
again, I'll probably think of something
Thank you.
else.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, you
Have a
could-
good evening.
Run for road agent, you know.
Yeah. Younger, maybe. Not to talk to Reggie. Go ahead. Oh, all right.
I'm gonna stay back here because I have a court coming on, so
Okay.
I'll stay with you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So, code officer update.
So there's 26 new homes, 131 building permits, there's 30 certificates of occupancy issued, and I've done 610 inspections.
This month?
No.
Year to
Some
date.
days it feels like it.
Yeah, those are some pretty impressive statistics.
Yeah, so it's still coming, got 2 houses last week, so.
I see houses that I've never seen before all the time now. I mean, over across from.
It's everywhere, you know,
Yeah.
it's just not like on the lake or it's.
Yeah,
Here and there,
across
they're
from
tearing
where, I forget her name. Wellsweet Farm up there on 171.
Oh, yeah,
There's a big house there now
yeah.
on the right. It was just a driveway for a long time. Would you mind making a phone call tomorrow or the next day or the next day? And ask Ossipee how many building permits they've issued
Mm-hmm,
in 25?
mm-hmm.
That'll help us on two fronts. One is, we've got some changes to your budget, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but also to a comparison that seems to be wanting to be made between Ossipee's transfer station and our transfer station.
Okay.
And part of it's the tipping fee. And
Yeah.
I don't think the construction's comparable, but maybe it
Right.
is.
Yeah, maybe it is.
That'd be great.
And what should be included in that number is a percentage increase over the last couple of years, probably.
Yeah, I mean, obviously have the code and things, but.
Right,
We have to,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
stay, but I'll see what it is the past couple of years, you know, so.
because we're going to apply a percentage to it. It may show a trend.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything else for code officer
Truck's okay?
So far, right now,
until it's not?
till it's not.
All
Check
right.
it once in a while, and cold weather's bad for it, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Great, thanks.
Lakeview Developments, are they coming in?
Yeah, Jack's here. He's part of that decision-making process.
Yeah, they want us to adopt.
Probably one of the best
review.
built roads in town.
It is a great looking, they did some,
McDonald did a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, the sidewalk, the sides, the ditches,
Yeah.
the grading, everything was done.
I mean,
Yeah, I was looking particularly at the drainage that they did. They really
It was done
upgraded
really
that.
well, they upgraded it, yeah, they got retention ponds in there.
Yep. Looks good.
I see a description, but I didn't see an engineer report.
Yeah, Scott Law, maybe Scott.
I see the legal description, but I don't see an engineer report.
Yeah, there was a final inspection. It was Scott, because he always sends it to me as well.
So you've seen a final report?
Yeah, yeah, they did the top coat and they checked the thickness and the aprons were done again. And there was a couple
I
broken.
mean, I don't,
There was a couple broken edges before they put the top coat on. They went back and they patched them all, and that was all done before, so they did a very good job.
I don't wanna,
Do you want me to print one out?
well, yeah, I wanna put eyes on it before I vote for something.
I don't know if was that bonded?
They bonded the top coat.
Okay,
They did everything else out of pocket, I believe, but they bonded the top coat
okay.
because they wanted to sell houses. They had to. So.
So do we release the bond? Or is the planning board?
Planning board and Jack, I think Jack holds it, but I think the planning board does it.
Okay.
With your okay, I think. Yeah.
Jack Widmer.
Yeah, he probably has the check or whatever. In one account or whatever he has.
Are we waiting for Audrey?
Yep.
There he is. Hey, how we doing? Good, how are you?
All right. We are being asked to take over, what are the names here? Richfield Road, Lisden Drive, and Sedgwood Road. The contractor has finished road construction.
This is the contract.
Yep,
right
two
here.
layers of asphalt. We have a report from the engineer who has said that the road has been built to town standards and is in excellent condition. A couple of processes need to take place. The Tufton Borough Board of Selectmen accept the road. It sounds like the planning board and treasurer will release the bond after we've given our approval. So I would move that we accept the letter from Norway Plains Associates, the engineer, that says that the road is in excellent condition, and move forward with the process of accepting the town road.
I'll second for discussion. I'd like to add just a subject to the repair where the roll-off damaged the pavement. So they still have to do that.
Yeah, we have a minor repair to do where the dumpster did the damage, I agree with that. So.
Yep. Do you have a time frame that that'll be
Well,
done?
it's ideally should be done when it's a lot warmer than it is now to have it come out nice.
Mm-hmm.
But we can do whatever you want.
Is this something that you can do with a hot box?
Well, I originally was gonna try to infrared it and just put a little mix in there, but worst case, we'll have to just mill. Then I got thinking about, I was just gonna mill the wearing course back off and let, a small rectangle where the damage was done and put a little bit of fresh top on there, but it's just not the perfect time weather-wise to be trying to do that and have it come out nice. So ideally, I would wait and do that next season, but, I could try to at least warm it up with a hot heater and get it pretty flat for the winter, but, and then just do a nice repair.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with them waiting until next season to finish it. I just wanna make sure everybody understands we're making this a condition of the acceptance.
Yeah, I'm down with that. How we enforce it. I mean, if you.
Well, we're about to vote, I think,
Mhm.
at which point we can revisit this in the spring if it's not repaired, but I'm.
Yeah, we have a lot more stuff to measure up. I know what you're saying, but we for sure will make sure it's taken care of, but.
Pinky promise?
Do you have an idea of how much the cost will be to fix that spot?
I'm gonna say $1,500.
You hold the bond, so if you want.
I have the bond.
Right.
It's already been released.
Oh, it's been released already.
Because the paving wasn't part of the bond.
Right.
Because the bond was just to build the road to private, basically,
Okay.
to a private standard, so it didn't include the paving.
Yeah, I think at some point in time, we have to take people at their word. I mean, you trust them until you can't trust them.
I'm gonna need a bunch of driveway permits from Jim, so I'm sure if you want to make that
Yeah,
contingent.
should have had driveway permits.
And I need a
now.
whole bunch of inspections from Jim, so.
Okay.
It'll be taken care of.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. You all set with your discussion?
Yeah,
That is a condition of approval that the repair will be done as soon as practical, but no later than spring. Good with that?
perfect.
All right. All those in favor? Aye.
Okay, so I just have a couple questions, if I could ask them, just about the process. So I have a legal description that the surveyor put together that describes the entire right of way.
Yes.
We're gonna transfer.
Yes, I've seen that.
So I guess I just proceed with getting that having my attorney get that recorded. I don't know if the town has to do any review of anything, but otherwise I'll just have it recorded.
I've never done this before, so I can't answer your
Yeah, I
question.
almost think that the town has to do it because we're taking it over as a permanent easement, if you will. So it's gonna be,
We're actually deeding you we're deeding you the
Yeah.
deeding you the land, it's not
so
even really a
the
right.
person you wanna talk to is Jackie Rollins in the town collector's office, cause she'll go through the process of, the deeds and registering. And, yeah, you don't have to pay the tax stamp, or, no, we're
No,
getting,
no,
no,
because
there's no,
No.
there's no tax stamps, right. So that's what, I think that's your next step, that and the planning board, because they have to sign off on it as well.
Okay.
And then I think our town attorney's gonna have to get involved at some point in the transaction, right?
I'm not sure they do.
No?
I mean, we've got a deed description it's 5 pages long.
Well, whatever the process is, I'm sure we'll figure it out. We got smart people that work for the town.
I'll forward that to Jackie and she'll get back to you.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, just so I know what to
Yeah.
do next. At this point, would the town start plowing, is the town gonna start plowing the road at this point? Okay.
Yeah,
So
we're
that's the
meeting
first
with-
question I'm gonna ask.
We're meeting with a road agent on Monday
Yep.
to do his budget, and he'll be notified before that meeting,
Okay.
because I don't know, how, is it a mile road, how many,
It's like 4,500 feet, so it's just under a
Just
mile.
under.
Okay.
Yep.
so he needs to maybe adjust his budget a little bit, because he's adding road for plowing, sanding, and salting.
I think we took that into consideration
Yeah,
in planning anyways.
right, yeah,
All right.
all the hours it takes to do that. Good.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'll wait to hear from Jackie, and then I'll probably have to deal with the planning board just about the details of recording
We'll let you know if you need to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't know when they meet, but they need to vote just like we vote.
Yeah, they're not meeting again until December.
But it was on their last agenda, wasn't it? And they accept the engineering?
Yes, I believe so, but I just, like I said, it kind of has been getting passed back and forth a little bit between the selectmen's office and the planning board about who was actually gonna approve it, so.
Yeah,
But that's fine. I just to sort of make sure I can keep the ball rolling on my end to just finish the.
yeah, I don't think you'll have to go back to plan, but I'll double check.
Okay, all right, very good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good luck up there.
All right.
I saw your email.
I didn't do the minutes, but we'll do the minutes later.
That's fine.
All right, next, Conservation Commission.
Perfect. Can you sit down? Get up there.
Come on up.
I think there's some budget stuff in here for you. See if I find it.
Be in your green folder?
This green folder or the other
That's
green
where I
folder?
found mine,
Your Bob folder, whatever your Bob folder is. That's I.
The other green folder.
Green folders.
Green, not the green.
Conservation Commission.
Right on the top.
There it is. All right. So we've already approved your budget, right?
No, they're presenting their budget.
It's news to us if you did.
Okay, well, it's missing.
Well, that's it, we're done.
It's, yeah, I wish it was that easy. We're missing the two columns. This threw me off, missing the two blank columns on the right.
Oh, I just
all
copied
right.
what was sent to me and I just put in the request.
No worries.
So,
No worries, here we are.
4612.
So you've gone down by 500 overall.
Yeah, we have to talk about some of that though. Another trail.
well, I do have some stuff to talk about on a couple of line items.
Yeah.
50.
So what you're looking to do is have $6,000 to do the Great Meadow Trail?
Mm-hmm. And we have a proposal that we obtained from E.V. Moody and Sons.
The reason what we're doing is we wanna roll over the 3,000 from this
Mhm.
year because we didn't spend it into next year and then use the $3,000 for next year to combine to redo the parking lot. The way the parking lot is set up now, it's kinda dangerous because when they pull out, you can't see the people coming up the
Mhm.
hill. It's
Yep.
pretty dangerous, so we wanna move the entrance to the far side so that as you pull out of the parking lot, you can see that.
So their price to do that is $6,000.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Okay,
it's
the other work on the, it's not work on the trail, it's just the parking lot.
That's correct, Chip.
So you need us to encumber $3,000.
Yeah.
But the only way that we can encumber this is if we sign and accept this proposal now, which is fine. But if you have to wait till election in March for your other $3,000, right?
Correct, yeah.
And if that doesn't pass,
That $3,000 will go into the, that we don't use for this year, will just go into the general fund.
okay. I have no problem encumbering it, but I just want to make sure that we have an out if for some reason it doesn't pass at town meeting.
With a default budget or something like that, these are contracted services, so they would go through. They would, if there's a contract in place and for some reason the budget didn't pass and we had to go into a default budget, anything that's under contract gets priority to stay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So there's no way to bifurcate this contract that we're having with this company?
That I don't know. Greg DeMarco was the one who obtained that proposal for us. But I don't know. I could certainly contact him and see if he's willing to take sort of
'Cause I think-
3,000 now and then.
I think we can leave this budget the way it is that you created,
Mhm.
and if we can separate that contract into two parts, you've got the $3,000 to spend.
Well, I was kind of wondering if we should do it that way, but
Yeah.
since I'm
It's
relatively
cleaner to do it
new.
that way than try to wait until town meeting for the whole amount. If that were the case, then we would say, no, let's zero out this line and make a warrant article out of it. And that's the clearest way to do it. I mean, encumbering money subject to raising other money, I don't remember ever having done that. Encumbering money to
Ah,
satisfy part
thank
of
you.
a contract, I remember doing that a lot.
Yeah, we did that quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
If we had known work was coming for next year, that,
I mean, I could certainly reach out to Mr. Moody and see if he's willing
Is
to
that-
do.
Jeff?
He was just
He was
here
just here.
5 minutes ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
You probably passed in the parking lot.
yeah.
sorry, I didn't get the proposal, so I'm not familiar with who it is. Greg did that.
I mean, that, from my standpoint, that would be the cleanest way to do it.
separate the two. So you
Yeah,
get $3,000 for each.
Or it's a little more than 6,000.
Yeah, 6126.
Yeah, so separate the 3 and 3126, make 2026 budget 3126.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that,
I mean, that puts the money right there. So
Yeah.
you're still saying that we can encumber the $3,000 in
Well,
25? Is that what you're saying?
we've got until the end of December to sign a contract with Jeff. We just need our commission to come forward with a
Yep.
contract.
Yeah, I can contact him and get an official contract.
That just splits it up and
With an invoice
Just have
of
them
three,
split
splits
up.
it, splits it up and says what
You
we're
know, One
doing.
maybe,
with an
you know.
invoice of $3,000.
It splits it up and says what we're doing.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So if it, for some reason, the budget committee has trouble with that number and it changes, at least we can get the project started.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
if they have a problem with that, then we can talk about putting in a warrant,
Okay.
just asking the people.
Okay.
Are we done with that?
Yeah, I'm just going over their budget. Yes.
The other discussion we have to have is about the 19 Mile Brook study. My understanding is that you went to CIP and said we don't need any money.
I didn't,
No, that was a misunderstanding because
certainly hope so.
because Audrey asked if we wanted that, and when I went to because I'm still learning. I'm new
Sure.
to. I've asked Steve to come here because he did the budget
He's
last
still
year.
learning.
So I asked him to come
Agreed.
in. So she asked me about doing a CIP. When I brought it to the commission meeting, they said we don't need that. But I knew we needed something, I just didn't know what the something was. So
Right.
there was a miscommunication, but yes, we do want to move forward with the 19 Mile Brook study.
so I guess we didn't, Vicki and I talked about it, and we didn't quite understand. It's not really a capital project, so we've always put the warrant article in versus CIP. So I guess if you want to change that,
That's the same thing. We decide what's going on the warrant.
Yep.
And,
It goes through CIP because they do some of the financial planning
but
recommendations.
we make the election of how we're gonna present
Okay.
the warrants to the people.
yeah, it's just that I've never done it physically through the CIP. We've always just talked, and then we said we're gonna put a warrant article in, and that, so this whole CIP is kind of new to
Well,
both
we
of us.
can, once you establish a number
Yep.
for next year's study, you can give that number to Audrey.
Yep.
She'll bring it to us, and she's also our representative at the CIP.
Okay,
And then it becomes a selectman
choice.
piece,
Yeah.
Okay.
not a department piece.
Okay,
Do you have a proposal yet
no,
for
not
next
yet.
year's study?
Okay.
But you know that it's gonna be pretty close to what the number was.
Oh, I'm
for this
sure,
year.
but we need to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we really should, now that we have a brand new person on board who has nothing else to do, we should consider putting that on the street for bid, because we've had the same company doing that for like 4 or 5,
Yeah.
6 years, and we need to make sure we're getting the best bang for the buck. So
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't
we
know how
just
long it takes to ask for
a bid.
a proposal.
So very conveniently, we have 3 names that we can put to bid out pretty quickly from Mirror Lake.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
we
do
have
this.
3 contractors that I can provide the names to
Do the same thing.
Vicky,
Yeah.
so that they can do a proposal for.
Yeah. Have you ever written an RFP before?
No,
Request for proposal?
no, but I could probably figure it out.
Yeah, just
Would-
don't go to ChatGPT
Um,
or whatever that is. Just-
Right, right.
Oh, no. No, thank you with that.
Audrey's a great resource.
Yeah, she's been very helpful.
Yeah.
And you have, just to give you a time frame, middle of January is probably a
Thank
drop
you.
dead date, so you've got a month and a half, or
Okay,
almost 2
that was my
months.
next question, is what's my deadline?
Yeah,
Okay,
so if you can get it out on the street by the middle of December, you can generally have a number for everybody
okay,
by then.
all right.
You
Yes,
can
we
just-
will definitely work on that, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry about the breakdown in communication, because
No.
I didn't know, and I didn't understand,
Well, there
and
were
I
a
didn't
lot
know
of
the right
hands-
questions.
Hands being thrown in the
Yeah.
air, because there's always a concern about 19 Mile Brook.
Yeah, well, I'm very concerned, I live on 19 Mile Bay, so I have a vested interest as well.
There you go.
And I wanted to address the Great Meadow invasive species remediation. I got a note, it was treated again this year, this is in Great Meadow. And I had him write up, if you guys want like a copy of this, his recommendation that we continue to battle the invasive species over there.
So it's a flat $2,000,
Yes,
you've already spent it.
Mm-hmm.
for this year.
Yeah, he was paid in September.
And
And this is the guy that we paid that's doing the recommendation, right?
Mhm.
Well, of course.
I'm sorry.
Because doctors like to do surgery,
Yes,
shoemakers like to sell shoes.
Well, it's very obvious that, you know, it needs to be done because we go back there every spring and we can see the Japanese knotwood
Mm-hmm.
coming back up. So the challenge with Japanese knotwood is that the roots go down so freaking deep that it takes multiple years to get it all the way down there.
So you are agreeing with the
I
recommendation?
am, yes, I'm agreeing with
Okay.
the recommendation.
All right.
I mean, we certainly could get another expertise recommendation if you'd like.
No, under other circumstances I might, but this.
Yeah, I think we go one more year and then take a look at how it's going.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the acquisitions and monitoring, you had $5,000, you spent $2,800. What are we acquiring?
Well, it's more than acquiring. A lot of that is also the studies in, if we have to have surveys done on it, that's the account that we use to pull that money out. So it's more than just acquiring.
Right.
For example, for the Williams lot, we might have to have another survey, another appraisal done on it. In order, because the appraisal that we had, we did it 3 years ago, and they have to be updated in order for the grants to come through.
So,
That's a fund that most years we use most of it, honestly, Chip, but this year it may not have been.
but he's expecting to have expenses, so maybe the thing to do, you've got $2,100 left in that account. Because if you think you need another survey, figure it out before the end of the year. And then we can encumber that, with part of it or all of it, I don't know how much you need to do that work. So you're not including it in this $5,000 that you're putting out for next year.
The budget committee's gonna look at your last 5 years. I don't see a 5-year look back on this. But the budget committee's definitely gonna be looking at your 5-year history on the acquisitions and monitoring and seeing how you're trending. And if you're only spending $3,500, $3,400, you know, they might trim that 5,500 back.
Well, they had some years where they spent all of it. And as was mentioned, when they get into a big purchase of an easement,
Mm-hmm.
there's big expenses. And sometimes those, and that's the other conversation you have to have with budget, is sometimes parts or all of that expense comes back in the form of a grant.
Yes,
But you don't get the grant until you paid the money to do
Mm-hmm.
that's correct.
Yeah,
stuff.
there's
Yeah.
reimbursement grant.
So-
Legal work comes out of that, so.
So can you give us a clue, some kind of a justification for the $5,500? Not like it's a good number to put in.
Again, it's hard to sit here and do that, Bob, because it varies according to the year and what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we don't know that until somebody approaches us or we start working on a piece of land,
Right.
and then all of a sudden we need the money. But there's no plan right now for next year to spend that. It's just that it's,
Other than the Williams lot.
other than, that, yes, the Williams lot, yes.
Because you spent $6,000 in '21. I think that was down around Mirror Lake, I believe, wasn't it? Or was that over there on the other end of the Great Meadow?
That was the other end of the Great Meadow by
Right.
the transfer station, yes.
Yeah. And then $4,400 in '23.
Yeah, so it,
45.
yeah,
So I mean, you could average it out, but I think the 5 is pretty constant number.
it has been as long as I've been involved with the commission.
Or 55, I guess that's the number. And 24, they cut it back to 2865, Bob. And they've already spent this year 3,375. So the reason I believe they cut it back then is because the previous year, they only spent 2,865.
Right. This is averaging about $3,600 a year.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the argument could be, I don't know when this budget's coming before then. But we've just agreed to spend another $3,000 on that parking lot. So if you did that, then you got $2,000 worth of acquisition money kicking around. You follow me?
I am, but then you got to take it from Great Meadow Trail line. I want to recommend bringing that back to $4,500.
I'll agree to 5. That's a zero-sum increase. I don't see any point in going crazy over this.
No, we're talking hundreds of dollars, not tens of
I mean, they're
thousands
only
of dollars. I
500,
know.
they're 500 under last year in the
Mhm.
budget they're presenting. So you're
Yep.
proposing that they go $1,000 under last year?
Well, if we're going to we're going to add 126 to the Great Meadow Trail line, right? We talked about that earlier.
Okay, yeah, $126.
Going to add 126 to that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do 3126 in the Great Meadow Trail line.
Okay.
Make sure that they have the money for that, and then $5,000 for acquisitions and monitoring. Budget committee may take that down even further, but we'll start with $500. You down with that?
Yeah. So $20,126 is the bottom line.
100 plus
Mhm.
126.
I'll make a
Good
motion, that-
math.
500 equals $20,026.
no, 20,126.
100 plus 126 minus 500 equals $20,026.
Well, your computer's wrong, Bob, because if you take $500 off the 20,500,
Uh-huh.
that's 20,000. And then you add $126 to it.
No, we're taking 500, brings it down to 19,900.
How?
No, it's 20,500.
$500 from 20,500.
I got 20,400 on my bottom line right here.
I don't know where you got
I
that
don't know
one.
where you got that. I've got
The
20,500.
one I presented had 20,500.
Yours has 20,500. So I guess we're doing the whole thing over.
Take that.
I don't know where that one came from.
It's, we take your numbers and we put them into our spreadsheet. Sometimes I make mistakes.
The one I have has 20,500.
Yeah, the mileage should be 1,000 instead, 150 instead of,
Oh, there was a boo-boo in there.
yeah,
Okay.
fat finger.
Which one?
In the one that he has, it's short. It's just the
Mileage.
mileage has got a boo-boo in it. Typo.
I've got 150 for mileage.
Right, that's the correct number. I think his probably only has 50.
Yeah.
What do you got on mileage there, Bob?
50.
50.
Yeah, it should be 150.
That's the problem.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a motion on budget 4612 conservation for $20,126.
20,126. I'll second that. Any further discussion?
Excuse me.
All those in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
perfect. You've got your marching orders,
Yes, I have my own.
and it'll probably be sometime the 1st of December, your budget will come before the budget committee.
That's usually what it is.
We'll have to remind Bob of all the things we talked about, because.
But we need to encumber this before the end of the year.
Yes,
Yes.
Jeff on that.
she's been working that
Can
one.
I have my proposal?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's who I gotta contact.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
So the only other piece of news that we have, which is kind of not good news, is that we did not get the L-chip grant for the Williams property. Very competitive year, and they declined it, which I kind of thought they would. On the good side, on the good note of that, is that working with the ARM Fund, they asked us to put the full amount into the ARM Fund, and they're going to consider filling the full amount of the purchase for the Williams property. So although we lost one, we gained it on the other because they have money, and we were the only ones that applied for any of the money for the area that we're in.
Excellent.
So they asked us to increase our ask.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, it is a good sign. They're really excited. The Army Corps and the Arm Fund are really excited about the potential for the Williams lot. So they asked us to increase the amount that we're asking for to compensate for what we lost in
So
the
had
L-chip.
we put any money into a capital reserve for that?
No.
No, okay.
Our intention was always with the Williams lot is to totally grant fund it.
And that'll include all closing fees and
Yeah, that's everything.
everything.
So it should not cost the town anything.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Excellent.
So just wanted to update you on that one.
All right.
That was a little bit of bad news we got, but
Followed up by good news.
it's followed by good news, so.
Hopefully good news. All right. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cobalt Construction. Come on up, Chris.
So right now we are inside roughing and mechanicals. We are siding exterior, and the next 2 to 3 weeks are going to be continuation of siding. and rough-ins of electrical and plumbing will be added to the mix. Mechanical intends to be done by end of this week. We were able to install exterior egress doors, mechanical running doors, interior garage doors. So our next step is going to be securing the rear garage doors and creating the front door into a lockable door so that we have passage in and out. We received the attic ladders, or ladder, so we'll be able to install that coming up. And the only thing that's been asked of us to do is to create a hatchway from the mechanical space in the attic to the cold space for duct balancing and future work if anything was to happen, because we're going to have that hard ceiling forming the barrier for insulation. So we'll just create some sort of a hatch to get back and forth into those. But other than that,
So this is just a hatch into the attic space, is that what it is?
into the cold space, yeah. And we'll do that from the mechanical room versus through a ceiling space. It'll be much easier to do that way. You're good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. But other than that, that's pretty much where we're at. Covenant doors, we filled out their submittal sheets to confirm specifications. I've made notes on the 3 doors in detention for not having glass shown on them. So
Okay.
they'll need a quarter light, no wire, clear glass. Cause you don't want wire visible in them, right?
So, when I talked to Woody this past week when I was on vacation, I asked him, or he was asking me which way to swing them. So I confirmed that with him. I did ask him that if, and I really am only talking about the holding cell door only, if there is some type of a window or mesh screen so that we can either see or talk through, that would be my important one. The other ones, like out to the garages and the bathroom, obviously can't have a window in the door, but I'm not worried about the other ones. So it's up, it's whatever you could work with. My biggest thing was trying to have a way to either look into the holding cell or be able to kind of talk kind of thing.
Yeah.
With the understanding that there is a camera in there, but depending on where the monitor is placed, will we be able to see the monitor into the cell before we open the door? And sometimes we won't have to if we can talk through it.
Okay. Yeah.
As long as, if it becomes a huge issue, I don't think we should die on that hill personally, but if we wanna do it right now, if we can swing it, we should,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
So we noted it, Audrey's scanning and sending this week, and then that'll give them the opportunity to come back
Yeah,
with
okay.
the update based on our noted submittal set.
Yeah, perfect.
And I'll let you know where that lies.
So the front door is not coming for a while, is that how that?
Yeah, the aluminum storefront will not be in for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, couple months.
Which is a good thing anyways, because you really don't wanna use it all the time and get it damaged.
It's gonna get beat.
Yeah, non-aluminum storefront. Take our chances with the door slab, but not aluminum storefront. So we're gonna leave that one in place. That will naturally wrap around the interior and exterior finishes, so it'll be a zero transition. You'll never know when it goes in or out. And then garage doors won't be in until January. We had originally thought that they were released and they were here. There was a changing of the guards with the garage door company, and they won't be in until January. So we'll just wall that off, which is fine. We just need to stop. That's very welcoming open access. So we're just gonna wall that off. We have enough scrap plywood and stuff kicking around, we'll be able to finish that off. And then we'll have a lockable front door, which will share that information with you guys and the fire department so they can gain access if needed.
Gonna be combination or key?
I'm gonna do a combination. It'll either be combination with a lockbox next to it, so you get the key, but I'm gonna try to do just a combination lock. They seem less likely to freeze up, or they have in the past, than the keyed cylinder ones.
Well, as long as you put a flap over it, it should be fine.
Well, it's under,
Yeah, it is.
under a roof, so.
Hopefully it survives.
Should be all right.
Somebody's gonna cut it in order to get in if they need to work for the day, so.
We'll get in.
We're gonna do it, yeah.
A little heat, whatever. It'll be fine.
But, yeah, so that's where we're at. I guess one, couple things that you guys have in front of you would be the updated paint. I'm sorry, you
They
guys
did it.
don't have that. So we were able to get another local number in from Chuck Farrell for $19,000, which is higher than our CertaPro bid, lower than our bid from Baudet Painting at all. So I have asked for him to send it on letterhead. However, this is, and I only have one copy. That is the email with him that gives the project information, exactly what he's going to be performing, doing a total cost in the terms of how he's painting. He jumped right on it. If we wanted to look at local, I think that is a good process forward.
Jack, do you have other local things?
Yeah, I told him to get hold of you, did he, not shadows right inside, that's him. He painted the town.
See if you can get, I mean, you have to give something to Audrey. I don't think we're gonna vote on that tonight, but if you can get some
Work for the fire department.
visits and work he's done.
Yes.
I know he does sheet work, I don't know, I've never
So
seen his paint work, so.
So I don't have any access to, I have photos of work that he's done. I don't have any access to live projects. I do have a list of references of folks he's worked for, and I've called them.
Yeah,
He's worked for like R.M. Beasley and Son, Adam Beasley, Mark Diamond with Clean Cut Construction, and Hayward and Co. So we've called those three majors. Those are on a residential side, obviously, but from a scale standpoint, all three of them are building homes that are capable of going over 4,000 square feet. So
Right.
we have something comparable to the PD. And all those references came back great.
okay.
Decent crew size. They said that they don't typically see any less than 2 guys on site. He's been able to increase labor power as needed to complete their projects on time. He's been responsive about touch-ups on paint after it's done, and he's got a very decent quality. They've said that his punch list is minimal when that time comes. And I would say that anybody that said a punch list was non-existent was lying to me anyways. So. That is, I did, because I'm not familiar with him. So we did cover
Well,
that.
I just,
But-
in fact, I used it to
David
do-
Wentworth,
Yeah, David Wentworth is another one.
he painted the townhouse.
David who?
David Wentworth, he's painted the townhouse and he painted some stuff in the fire department.
Yeah. So who was gonna contact David?
He called me and I told him to call the chief just to,
And did he call?
no, he
Chief?
didn't.
No,
Alright,
not as of yet.
That was a while ago.
alright. Well, we've got a little.
Would you like me to reach out and just kind of?
I think so,
plug their-
yeah,
get
let's
a
get
hold of
as many
somebody?
figures as we can.
Did anybody talk to Dave Glidden?
No.
And that includes the paint? Or do we buy the paint?
No, that includes, that's
That includes
everything,
it.
yeah, we just pay him, he does everything else.
Yeah.
Let's table
I'll
that
get hold of
for,
Dave Wentworth tomorrow.
whose fence is that in front of the cow fence?
Yours.
But it's not, mine's the
Snow
chain
fence?
link, the
Snow fence there?
No, the cow fence, the gate.
corral panels,
The corral.
those aren't mine. No, I'm just the chain link. The corral panels have been there since I've been there.
All right, I think they're Joey's.
Must be.
Has Bubba showed up?
Yeah, I saw Bubba last week. He hasn't started, but he walked through. We answered some stuff for Kyle and
Somebody hung a piece of PVC pipe, 3-inch PVC in the attic. Just a 20-footer. That's it.
I was just trying to stop that line, make sure you get in, so. Get
Yeah.
some relocation fence,
Yeah.
And how did Scott make out with, our general contractor?
very good. Their communication's open. He's just trying to get on
Yeah,
schedule.
once his trench is dug and his,
Let's put the poles bases in.
yeah.
Yeah, I told him just to hold steady that we're trying to confirm the work that was done prior to those new CAD files and the new layouts. So that work was captured starting last week. He was out there today again collecting some points, and then we'll go for it. We just need to make sure the adjustments of where the building location was are accurate to where they're going, and in good faith, we're doing some double checking.
Yeah.
So they're gonna start backfilling, putting the grade up pretty soon, or, so we can get that other tank in, so
Yeah,
we have a location for the generator, because the generator's going next, so we just don't want it to be with the tank, it has to be second to pipes.
oh, correct. So, I would expect, much closer into December is when we start seeing grade in. I still don't think we're gonna end up with a massive frost issue, but it's getting cold. Not ideal, but, before he digs, before we move forward,
Right.
I wanna make sure that we're starting off with something good.
As long as we don't have a foot of frost.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna backfill on frost. It's a little crunchy in the mornings, but then it just goes away, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's gonna rain on Friday, so.
So it's a warm up during the day, it's still cold at night, but it's supposed to warm up, warmer during the day as it goes on.
He's on board. So paint's there. The other item, a couple different items. So you should also have an email that I sent to Audrey on heat rentals versus I have one that is currently assisting in curing, and then the next job I need to heat does not necessarily need something that big, so we can bring it to the PD versus bring it to that job, and I can just rent a smaller one, so we can save some money on that. So that's out there. Heat wise, if you guys wanna review that, start thinking about it. I think that based on the current project schedule, we would look at needing heat in order to move into the next steps, and that's a very real possibility, of actually doing that work in cold weather, or pausing it, and then we'd have to start in April again, which is a long pause on the project.
Yeah.
I don't wanna pause.
And-
No, and it's not that much money, I mean,
It's temporary tanks.
Yeah, indirect fire propane. It's a 350,000 BTU, so it's not overly large.
Okay.
I don't need that on the other job, so, I mean, quite frankly, if I just cover the cost of the electric heater that's going on the other job for this heater that we own outright, I don't, that's all I'm trying to do.
and there's good tip, have we talked to the gas company to get a tank drop there, or?
White Mountain is calling frequently that wants to drop a tank, so they will actually put a tank there for us. I did talk to them last week that we weren't ready for the 1,000 gallon that's truly supposed to be buried there, but that we could do an above. We were opening the conversation doing above ground temporarily feed an indirect fire furnace. I would just need the fire department's input to what their expectation is for protection. Are they good with us just putting up barriers and flagging, or putting it on the side of the building where no one's plowing, or are they going to have me put Jersey barriers and stuff
Put
around
the
it?
side of the building.
You think that-
Well, you're gonna have to
Okay.
put it, it's gonna come into the utility room, I would think, isn't it?
Right, we're temporary talking.
No, just temporary.
Right, but there's a hole in the wall, no matter whether it's temporary or not.
Oh, doesn't matter
So
what comes in.
the gas tank that we're gonna put in the ground is gonna go through the wall as well.
Gas tank that goes in the ground will go through the wall. This gas tank would actually be above ground, and the hose would be
It's
exposed.
be a rubber
running to
temporary
the-
hose, and
to the
you
heater.
drill in the corner, the plow would go in the garage bay or whatever, yeah.
Okay,
Basically, I'm gonna take over a door
Right.
with 2 feeder ducts that'll blow heat into the building. And then from that furnace is now gonna be outside, so there'll be an exposed gas line to an above ground propane tank. That its only role is to supply heat to, or fuel to that indirect fire heater that's outside. And the only reason I asked on location and how strict the fire department may get is that because of that exposed gas line in the past, they forced us to put Jersey barriers around it and stuff, and that turns into a little bit of a production that's not necessarily needed.
Move a couple rocks.
Yeah, just roll them over there. There's plenty of them there.
okay.
So that's an open item. I just, in order to get that and get White Mountain aware of it and organize how we're gonna do that, I just wanna start opening that conversation now so that we're aware.
Well, I don't have a problem voting on temporary heat, but the number's in the air, so I can't make a motion for an absolute number. Unless we wanna vote on the number that he gave us for the, which was, I think, $7,100 or something like that.
And where'd that number come from?
That the $7,100 for my heater is the cost to rent the smaller heater on the other project.
So I'll make a
Okay.
motion,
So there's your number.
Plus
I'm
propane.
gonna make that motion, that we allocate $7,100 for temporary heat at the police station project.
A second. Any more discussion?
That's only the unit, it's not the
It's
program.
only the unit, no, but it's contracting with him
Right,
to supply heat.
And then,
We know that we have to fuel it,
right.
yeah.
same as we have to pay for electricity.
Yeah, so we can work power, the ducting and everything, I mean, all that stuff is gonna be small dollar stuff. Is that stuff that needs to be voted on, or do we just work under a time and material with them? It's gonna be-
Power,
So they're gonna have to power the unit with a dedicated circuit, and then they, obviously White Mountain is gonna get involved,
Yeah,
to duct, and,
right.
so, do we just have them do that under a T&M agreement?
I'm sure Scott will probably just run a circuit to it.
Okay.
Right, it's not gonna be a circuit that just disappears after the heat goes.
Well,
it'll
we
be-
could,
It'll come off the temporary service right now, so.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Anyway,
Would you like to amend your motion to carry another $1,000 for ancillary connection? Gotta pay somebody to put the duct in the window, right?
Mountain's gonna charge a little bit for the piping and the temporary tank, and then Scott a little bit, so,
right, so we need all of that. I
yeah.
think I'd leave my motion alone and they can bring back a number on that.
Okay.
Well,
Well-
earlier you had given approval for the lower dollar items to just get taken care of. I'd have to go back and look at that motion, but things up to, I can't remember if it was like 1,000, you were like good with, so that,
I remember that discussion. I
Yeah.
don't remember when, but I
Yeah.
remember the
yeah,
discussion.
so I would have to find that
Okay.
motion, but you did, so I think it would be covered under all that.
I think it was five,
$5,000 or 500?
I think it was 5,000.
And if we're good operating under that for
Right.
whatever little connections it's are, it's
Yeah.
just while those MEP guys are there, I would rather have them do it in the middle of their work day.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
We have a higher chance of it just not being charged out at full capacity, and
sure,
if we lay it on top of them,
sure.
so, alright, we'll get that.
Motion
taken care
made and seconded for $7,100 for the heating, temporary heating equipment. All those in favor? Aye.
Okay.
of. Let me make a note so we can move that over as soon as it comes up.
And Audrey will get a copy of of that motion for the dollar amount for ancillary stuff.
Awesome. Next one was, security, Lake Region Computer, and Knights.
Who's doing what?
Who's doing what in wildly different scopes, and then there's different expectations at play. For example, Lakes Region Computer has carried moving equipment from here to the new building. They've also carried firewall or some sort of data item that needs to be interfaced for the chief for communication with the county. Knights doesn't have that. So there's some back and forth here on Lakes Region Computer versus Knights, and kind of unpacking that. The chief was reviewing Knights and noticed that you don't have a burglar system through Knights. And I'm sorry, I don't remember if Lakes Region did or not, because we just started finding all these differences.
And they don't do security at all.
I don't remember ever discussing the security system with anybody, whether
Okay.
whether it be A&B, Knight, or Lake Surge. I know I know we captured fire and data on security cameras, but not a.
I thought there was a key system.
I don't remember.
There is a key
There's
fob
a key
system,
fob
but-
system, but not a security system like we have here.
It was keys and cameras, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, to add security, I don't think it's going to be big money.
No, I don't think so. I just, and this meeting may not be the right place to do it, but I think we need to figure out, like, a meeting and figure out exactly what our expectation is from Knights to exactly what needs to come from Lakes Region Computer.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lakes Region Computer, based on the conversation, is more equipped to handle this start to finished moving equipment, integrating with the county and stuff like that than Knights is, which is fine. We can back that stuff out of Knights. They haven't started.
Excuse me, can I jump in?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had 3 different quotes for nights, and I told them we're probably not gonna go with them for the IT quote. So.
The drops.
Right, so we would just do Lakes Region. So that's one thing. And then Knights has 2 or 3 other proposals that are standalone that I think Chris and the chief and Knights all have to formalize,
Mm-hmm.
because the chief saw some concerns with Knights as well, having too many of one thing, not enough of another, whatever. Right? Did I say that right, Jamie?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a little bit of crossover.
There's a little bit of crossover and a little bit of like, you saw like they were gonna hand you like 50 key fobs.
That was one of the issues. Yeah.
But
For all
Then-
your officers,
Yes.
they all get one?
Be prepared.
like it was, but then there was some really low quantities on other things. So, and Audrey kind of said like we were kind of leaning towards adjusting some of the Knights contract so
Mhm.
that more of the IT stuff went to Lakes Region. They seem better suited to fit that demand
Mm-hmm.
or carried a much more in-depth scope. But we have to. And we have to review really what they had relative to like what you need, like that firewall integration into the county is pretty significant, and I just,
Isn't Lakes Region doing that now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's just,
There are CGIS requirements to keep us secure.
right, so
So,
it's just a matter of physically moving the equipment to the new station. They're not changing their service.
Correct.
yes.
But they're going to put new wireless access and different routers.
But it's all for the same service that we currently
Yes,
have.
yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So there's no expansion of that.
No,
So then it's just, if you can isolate out that part of it, then you know what you have to tell Knights they have to do. I mean, and maybe it's a matter of.
I would like to make a recommendation that the selectmen move forward with the Lakes Region quote.
Are we confident that it is inclusive enough? I guess I don't know anything about computers. I'm leaving it up to the brains.
We had a
I'm excited for that.
fairly in-depth meeting with Lakes Region on exactly where the drop should be in each office, how many wireless points, and then.
So you're confident that the number that we're looking at here from Lakes Region is the number that we should vote on?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
But you still have to dissect and probably take out a couple of items out of Knights. But we're also gonna talk about adding.
It's a standalone proposal, the IT standalone. So
Right.
we
Yeah, but
wanted-
what I'm saying is Knight had the drops.
No, they had an IT proposal, so, Scott Thompson's running the Cat 5 for the internet. I think it's up to Cat 7 nowadays.
So that's in his bid.
Yes,
So Scott's doing all the drops.
right.
Lakes Region is not doing the
They're
drops.
terminating and, hooking up the computers and moving
Right.
computers.
They're doing all the terminations.
Building racks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Lakes Region said if it was an existing building, they would get in and crawl through stuff to run cable.
Mm-hmm.
If it is a brand new building, they would like to be a part of the decision-making, which is why we had a Zoom meeting kind of thing. But they will not be running wire.
They
So
don't
that
pull the
fell
wire,
back
but they
in-
do the terminations.
Yes, they'll do the termination,
Which
to
is-
get
which
us
is
all
good.
set up at workplaces and all the stuff we need.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the line, it was discovered or it was said that Scott included the networking cable runs and everything already, so.
So it's a
we
matter
don't-
of getting them together, Scott and Lakes Region. and do a walkthrough, make a mark on the wall, that's where it's going. that
Correct.
kind of thing.
And I gave Scott that map that Lakes Region has, so they have the exact same maps of the offices. And this little red X is where every drop goes. Yes.
I still think they all wanna walk around. I'm gonna make a
They will when they start. Yeah, no,
I'm
they'll
gonna
be.
make a motion.
Should be a
that we
physical walk
award-
around, no doubt.
Excuse me, that we award Lakes Region Computer the IT portion of our police station for $7,039.94.
I'll second for discussion. Are they running extra drops? I mean, because any time I've pulled wires at the county, anytime you need one, you always pull two.
So each place, I believe, is gonna have two, so they can have computer and phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then each office will have two of those in case they wanna rearrange desks
Move
or
around.
put two people in an office.
Okay,
All of these are 2-port keystones.
okay.
And those are just what happens at the end. If you want more wires run, then we need to talk to Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need to make sure that matches Scott's, but I did talk to Scott on Friday when he was here and gave him a copy of what we're doing.
That being said, any future wire runs, you have a completely open attic space to run from. So you,
Yeah, but getting in the wall and down, are they going to be in conduit from the box to the attic?
if Scott's running, no, they're probably going to be your low
Just
voltage.
stapled.
Stapled. We can snake after, because that is. They're soundproof, but it is not a foam insulation, so we could get down in an old work style after the fact, if anything ever did move.
I mean, technology's going to change.
Always.
You know, technology's going to change. Do you think we should discuss having conduit from box to attic?
You mean just to the computer central?
From wherever the data jacks are, like that, having a conduit from there to the attic, so that
For every one of them?
every one of them.
Then we gotta talk to Scott about that.
Yeah, but I'm thinking future. Technology changes.
Oh, you're thinking pulling that old wire out and putting a new wire in?
Maybe everything's going to go to fiber at some point. Who knows? We'll have to run fiber to every single box.
It's not a bad idea. I guess it comes down to cost.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you could snake it after. You could run fiberglass rods, and you could get down from the attic space. You know, especially since we have to provide the hatchway from the little mechanical space out and around. You could get from the data in the sergeant's office up and out. You could run it. It would not be an incredibly fun job to do it that way, but it would be 100% possible to do so. So I think if it's $1,500 to do, I don't know if it's worth $1,500. If it's $200 to do, well then,
Let's ask the question.
yeah.
So that's a Scott question.
That's-
Yeah.
Have we determined our internet provider yet?
That was my next question. Have we talked to Consolidated about the fiber, or we're going to go through the co-op? Because either one is.
I was wondering for this facility as well, you know, if we're under contract or if we should be looking, because I'm getting calls. And
What kind of calls?
going with Fidium or,
Oh, sales calls?
yeah, sales calls.
Not complaints of service or
No.
anything? Well, yeah. I mean, we've
Yeah,
got
so
both
that's-
out here.
That's one of those things that's
Hmm. We signed on.
a niggly thing on my list of wishes. to
Yeah,
do.
we signed on to Fidium here because it was the only fiber game in town at the time. But the co-op, New Hampshire Broadband, is an option.
Cost-wise, it makes more sense.
Cost-wise, it's probably going to be about the same.
No.
Between broadband and Fidium?
Between the co-op and Consolidated, or whoever's our.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fidium's consolidated.
Yeah. Might be the same today. It's not gonna be the same in 10 years.
No, I think we stand a better chance with New Hampshire Broadband of keeping
Yeah.
costs down.
Just-
Is where I'm getting
At
at.
least flat.
Yeah, I mean, it's owned by the people, where Fidium and Consolidated are owned by.
Stockholders.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, I think we should figure that out.
My preference would be New Hampshire Broadband.
All right,
as would mine. So now we've got fiber into the building to the router.
Yeah,
And so the only question now is whether or not to accommodate for fiber from the wall outlets to the router.
to give future chaseways. We're running Cat 6A right now, but to give a void,
Right.
a determined void to run a future cable change. And that's a question for Scott. So we'll
It is, I
explore
just think it's a
Scott.
smart thing to do, even if it costs us an extra $1,000 to run it, I think it's worth it for the future.
Yeah, no, we can,
Yeah, I think it's important, but I don't think it'll be more than $1,000. So.
Could be.
I mean, if you go to all the wall outlets,
but we're only trying to get to the ceiling, we're not trying to run home runs.
No,
back
just trying to get up into the attic, so, oh yeah, there's the conduit, there we go.
but you
Pull the old wire up with the new one in.
You put 2 boxes in every office,
Mm-hmm.
and the ceiling's 12 feet probably.
Yeah, but they're off ground, 1 10-foot stick may get you above to where it is. That's what part of it that may not be. I've never asked anyone to do it.
Yeah.
I don't even know a unit cost of what that would be, but I'll ask Scott
Let's ask the question.
and see what we have to do there, and then we'll keep sorting this out. The other one was furniture related to design. So we're running into a bit of a situation. So our designer's great. She's given slight directive where we've needed a little bit of directive that didn't involve true color, but you know, what are you going to expect here? She's awesome. When it comes to furniture, we've had WB Mason, and Beth with WB Mason, and then there was another gentleman whose name escapes me that reached out. Both of them offer different lines of furniture. Within those different lines of furniture are going to be different colors, which is going to kind of dictate where Stockman Designs takes it from a design standpoint. She's also contracted to be part of that furniture selection process. One of the things that's difficult to do is get an apples to apples bid because you're looking at different vendors that carry different suppliers. For example, WB Mason may carry Han furniture. Well, this gentleman's proposing all steel. And a chair is a chair, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be different manufacturers that they have different access to. So my question is how do you want to see furniture presented? Because we first need to marry ourselves to a furniture provider, or at least intend to marry ourselves to a furniture provider, so that they can provide a directive within a cost budget that we assign them, which I think we carried about $65,000 or $70,000 in the budget for furniture. So then Jessica can do her job in taking the fabric of that furniture, matching it to walls and floors. And that's the conundrum, is that it's not just this person carries Han, this person carries Han furniture, or this person carries all steel and all steel.
They're different.
They're different,
Right. So.
but they're all just a chair
They're all the same chairs, but they're different.
manufacturers. So like,
I mean, I think we've hired a design consultant. Tell her what our budget is and tell her to come back with a recommendation.
so I can put her in touch with both furniture. Both furniture people are hitting that $65,000 to $70,000 mark. Like that's just where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
So then she's got to defend the choice. I mean, that's.
Right, she could tell us why,
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we have.
Or if she's got another source. I mean, it doesn't matter to us, I don't think, as long as we get the job done.
No.
Price.
Okay, that's fine.
I agree.
I couldn't put it out like siding, roofing, or framing. Like it just,
Mm-hmm.
it was,
Right.
or even like when the flooring bid goes out, everyone's gonna bid to the same flooring manufacturer.
No,
This one wasn't that
and
way.
certainly she's gonna have a choice of what furniture he has.
Absolutely, primarily colors. I mean, you're really gonna have to.
Yeah, so have her put together a proposal and come and meet with the chief, come and meet with you, hammer it out and then bring it to us, I think. I don't think she needs to come to public meetings where she gets
No.
filmed.
No, our only limitation is the budget,
That's it. Yeah,
Right.
and we know both of them are working within it, which just
and the rest of it, whatever makes
Yeah,
you
and if
guys
it-
happy.
I mean, obviously, if perfection is $10,000 more than the budget, then let's talk about perfection.
Yeah,
But, I mean, I think we've given a target, and we try to stay within that target, but let's make the furniture that lasts for 20 years and looks good.
yeah, both of them are specing a decent quality furniture. Neither of them are going low ball.
You're not buying IKEA furniture.
No, both of them are commercial grade furniture. So, all right, we can do that.
Okay.
Is that fair for you?
That's fine.
All right. That's all I have for the PD. Can I just comment on the transfer station?
Yes,
DPW
please.
Real quick. Transfer station, met with him last week. Fantastic facility. I've never been to Tufton Bros Recycle Center at all compared to others that we've worked at. It's well laid out. He had a couple factors going on. He has an instance within the recycle center where the wind has blown the ridge cap guards into the ridge itself. It now allows water and stuff to blow up the roof. But he also has gable end vents there, so we have a redundant roof system. So what I have being worked out right now is pricing to do a ridge cap that is solid, that is not going to breathe because we have the gable end vents, which are not letting water in and letting that breathe. So that should solve that issue. It'll also long-term, even if we were to replace what's there with the expansion, the same thing's gonna incur in 3 to 4 years as everything
And you're
moves.
gonna get wind-driven rain and
Yeah.
snow.
And it's windy there.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised, especially at how clean it was with the amount of wind. Like, it's really, I'm really impressed. The other side that he has is he has a moisture-based issue. But when I climbed into the attic space, the moisture-based issue was believed to have been coming in through the ridge cap. I don't believe that because the discoloration of the damage is not done to the ridge cap side, to the underside of the roof side of the insulation. It's done on the vapor side against the plywood. The only thing I can surmise from that is that moisture, vehicles, people, forklifts, bobcats during snow and winter bring moisture in onto that radiant floor. Doors get closed, it evaporates and it does one thing, it goes up to the ceiling. The plywood not being a vapor barrier and not having a vapor barrier installed behind it is allowing it to go through the plywood, hit the paper face of the fiberglass insulation, and create an instance that that's where the vapor sets. I can prove that theory within reason in the fact that your major impact spots of discoloration are over primary drive spaces in between those two major garage doors. It does not exist as you go towards the office space. So, in order to fix that,
Can I interrupt
for
and ask a question? What color is the discoloration? Black?
a very light black,
How do we know it's not soot?
because it doesn't rub off. So I would be surprised if it was soot. I do think it's moisture because it's black and then there's a discoloration on the outside of the black as it gets into the paper. Almost like that brown paper is creating a, I don't have my phone on me, I took a picture of it. Almost like when you set your coffee down, you have that direct brown ring and then it kind of lightens as it goes. That's what we're seeing. Like, it very much looks like moisture. I don't believe it's soot at
Okay.
all.
What's the fix?
The fix, the all-in fix is a dehumidification system in there, which is completely not.
No, but the fix of the plywood, is it remediation or encapsulation?
Encapsulation. So twofold. So they make vapor barrier paints that go on thicker that create some level of vapor protection. It does not work 100% when joints aren't taped or finished, like you end up in with drywall. So one of the thought processes at play is to remove the fiberglass insulation, do a closed cell spray foam on the back side of all that plywood. What that gains us is an additional thermal value to help that building than the compromised fiberglass. That also isn't even at a roof code from an insulation standpoint. Like, it's only one roll of fiberglass. There's no R value there.
Right.
Do the closed cell, so now we can fix thermal and we can fix vapor. And in order to prevent the plywood from being the sponge in that equation, then paint it with a vapor barrier paint, because we know that we can get 98% of the way there with that paint. We just worry about that last 2%.
So you just roll right over it, paint over it,
Give it
leave whatever discoloration is there.
clean it with a cleaner first, which we need to anyways, just because of dust and stuff that's on the ceiling, so the
Okay.
paint adheres well, and then put a vapor barrier paint over it. And that is what P&G has come back to us with as well.
Are there any health concerns with encapsulation versus remediation?
None on my end, because we're getting rid of the fiberglass. The fiberglass has the most of
Discoloration.
discoloration. The plywood itself is kind of in line with the walls for discoloration. I don't think it's really taking the hit on the mold side. I mean, we can go up there with a couple just residential mold kits and give it a quick test.
Mhm.
But I don't believe we have a major mold issue there. Not based on what I saw in the attic. And we rolled up insulation, and it's very spotty. I think continued to go unseen or unaddressed. We certainly could. But I don't believe it's at that point. I think you would actually watch that plywood swell and fail prior to ending up with a massive mold issue. But I think getting rid of the fiberglass in the attic gets rid of that.
Well,
Very
there's-
susceptible.
if we have an opportunity to get rid of any of that discoloration, I think we should. I don't think we should leave it. I think it, even with encapsulation, it's still there. It's still present.
Yeah.
And long-term health issues. I don't want to be responsible for leaving something there that should have been remediated.
So we can, within reason, we can get an industrial hygienist out there to check the discoloration areas and tell us exactly what that is.
Well, it's not the whole expanse of the ceiling, it's only a big spot, right, in the middle.
Within reason, yeah. And most of it still focuses over, but it's not a massive big spot, or at least I couldn't find a generally large area failure. A lot of it exists at joints and stuff, which really goes into that theory that it goes up between.
Yeah,
the
I'm just
plywood.
thinking it's a plywood ceiling, just take the.
Take a couple of sheets down and
Take-
put up new ones.
Throw them away and put up new ones, I mean, that's remediation.
mm-hmm.
It's just they all have some level of it. It's just
Yeah.
greater at above the garage door area. So that's where I'm reluctant to say, because then at that point, where do you stop? Where do you draw the line? Because I really would hate to drop that entire ceiling worth
Yeah.
of plywood. I don't think it's super beneficial. I mean, for relatively short money, we can test it, see what we're working with, see if we're just dealing with discoloration. If we're just dealing with a very blank mold, we can kill it.
I think that'd be an important piece of information to have.
All right. So if you guys are okay with it, I'll get an IH out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's what I'll do.
And get a price on the following.
Oh,
You're
that,
getting that?
that's in the works. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with the plan that we're going after right now, from foam and paint,
Right.
because I think the paint's an important ordeal in all this anyways, so that we can create some level of a surface, so that moisture, if it's gonna hit, which it's going to, it's gonna rise. That's the nature of the usage of the building, is not entering plywood.
Right. It's not having an opportunity to just evaporate.
So we'll have an industrial hygienist test. That'll tell us what we're up against. Because if it's a very small black mold that's just surface, we can kills it. There's some other
Yeah, it's
options
treatable.
other than plywood
Right.
takedown. If it comes back with something different, then we know how to at least
Mhm.
approach it. So we'll get that in the works, and then we'll keep everything else going. Because he also had some areas where gutters were in desperate need and falling off the building and stuff. So I'll be able to present all that to you, all those fixes. The other one was the retaining wall that forms for all the 30-yard open top dumpsters.
Mhm.
That's in pretty poor condition. I think what I'd like to do is come back to the board and present them an engineering number to have that wall taken out. I don't believe we can repair what's there if it was in imminent failure.
Mhm.
I don't think we're there, but I do
It
think
just needs to be replaced.
it just needs to be replaced.
So that's a big ticket item.
Yeah, and those are concrete panels, right?
Those are concrete panels. Not a lot of folks are doing concrete panels now. I called the precast company that we work with out of Vermont that used to provide some levels of dumpster enclosures for us, and they just don't make those panels anymore.
So we'd have to pour it.
It's usually cast in place. It's
Wow.
usually engineered and cast in place.
Yeah, that's a big project.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a $100,000 project, it's just,
You don't?
no. Well, I mean, look at the foundation we put in over there.
Okay. There's a lot of
Yes.
excavation involved in this. Paving up to it when it's done.
I don't know if there's a lot of excavation. The paving, we're gonna end up paving anyway when the solar goes through there with the
Mm-hmm.
digging.
Patch. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But I think that wall needs to be engineered due to the weight that's gonna be above it.
yeah.
So I don't know if that's something where you guys have existing contacts with HEB and they're working on culverts, if we wanna just see if they can addend something. I can bring in engineers to price it and then present that to the board. But I think that I don't feel comfortable. I can get a budget number for what I think best practice would be towards it and where it goes, but I don't feel comfortable.
Engineering it.
Yeah, there's just too much weight above it. You can put some.
So that's, I think.
So, because the budget committee is asking us for information on budget, for our engineering budget line,
Yeah,
they want more detail than what we've given them, so this is an opportunity to give them that detail. So if you can get a quote for engineering, that'd be great. It'd be a great
Yeah.
piece of information to have, and then we can go
call
from
it
there.
HEB,
Yeah,
whatever. We just need a number. We haven't awarded anything,
right.
but,
I work.
and I don't think we're in a position to do that job until we get the engineering done, which pushes us out into 27, I think.
Correct.
But I don't think that building's. I don't think that wall's falling over in 26.
No.
But I think unaddressed, it certainly. Keeping manholes clean and keeping water away from them is the most critical item right now.
Right.
And if that means having to put coal patch down in a low spot to prevent that water from sitting there, that may be what band-aids it enough for them to keep going. But
Yeah,
that's what I saw, is that I just don't think you can remove a panel and put it back. We can find somebody to precast them and do it, but I don't think we solved the larger problem. I think we just throw money at it and the same problem exists.
yeah.
Um,
Because it is retaining all of the fill behind it too, so it's as if, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, a good foundation and a wall makes a lot more sense.
The intent of it's great. It has the wear top,
Mhm.
so it just runs a piece of wood dunnage as a stop. And that's exactly a detail that we would look to recreate. And that's exactly what the transfer station said they'd love to recreate, because they can unbolt it, they can replace it with a new one and move on. And it makes it so that any shear on the wall isn't happening. It's not gonna knock over the wall, it's gonna shear the bolts off first.
Right.
Do you think that those panels would have to be removed, or do you think we could just pour on top of them?
I would remove them because I think we have to address some of the drainage behind it.
Yeah.
I don't think the drainage is the best behind it. Judging by, when I was there, it was just after the rainstorm and you could just kind of see it seeping through some of those seams. So it's not draining out below footing and going to the catch basin. It's hanging out 2 feet down, pressing against the wall and then coming out. And that's not ideal.
No, especially when cold weather sets
Yeah, and
in.
then freezing and pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the DPW building, I'm still working on communications with him on what
He's
that
gonna be here
expectation.
next Monday, so if
Alright.
you haven't caught up with him by then, maybe come back and,
Absolutely.
Get them in person.
yeah.
That'll do. I know Josh is working on some stuff for him right now over there as well, so we'll be able to fill in the voids,
Right.
but something's moving over there. I just filling in the blanks right now.
Right. I think we made a point of illustrating that if the department heads aren't gonna do it, then we'll do it. And that's your function. So maybe, I mean, I think the highway department had claimed to have Scott come over, or Heyman to come over. But I hadn't seen any pricing yet, so.
He did go over. I don't know where his pricing's at, but he did tell me to ask him. So
Are we all set on the septic system at the police station? Have we figured that out? Is that
Yes.
all engineered, all done?
that's all done. Updated plans are out there. It gets installed here at the end of the project. It's all good, 100%.
Cool.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
All right, thank you very
Thank you
much.
both.
Thank you. All right,
Speaking of police.
police chief, come on up. Sorry, fire department, we're getting there.
Oh, I'll be quick. Good evening.
Hi there.
All right, For the month of October, we had 3 call-outs. All of them were alarms. As far as training goes, I did my firearms qualifications with another firearms instructor from another agency. I'll be working on taking care of our guys here in the near future. Sergeant Lefebvre went to a 2-day class on drone search and rescue training tactics, so he was very excited about that, and apparently it was a fantastic class, so that was good. Let's see, from January 1 to October 31st, as far as stats, community policing is up quite a bit. Directed patrols are up quite a bit. Citations are up quite a bit. Accidents are up quite a bit. Arrests are up quite a bit. And felonies are down. Our bigger investigations are down just a little bit. And you can see that our calls for service roughly were about 500 more than we were last year.
Right.
Nothing really remarkable to note from the felony standpoint. They all are just, at this point, every month they just might add a few if there's any, and that's broken down for you. Drug take-back was held at the transfer station on October 25th. Officer Bodette was up there standing by with that type of thing. DEA reported that we collected 11.1 pounds of unusable medications and turned in. There was a comment about some people were not aware when they were there dropping their trash and that type of thing off, that they were not aware that we were doing drug take back. So considering that we do one in the spring and one in the fall, I'll try to see if there's a way that we can put the word out in several other places, try to get that word around. And on Halloween,
Transfer station. I know that's where they collect it, but putting out that sign, that
okay.
LED
Ahead
sign
of
from the
time.
fire department, like a month ahead of time,
Yep, okay.
would probably capture a lot of people.
Yep, oh, that's good. All right.
That sign seems to work out well. And if you do it right in the entrance to, or somewhere along the roadway into the transfer station, you're gonna get a lot of people.
Okay. And we were invited to participate in Trunk or Treat with Parks and Rec this year, and I think that worked out fantastic. Instead of setting up in the foyer out here, we pulled a cruiser out to the road, turned the lights on, and we're there as part of the show as well. We had a pretty good turnout early on, and then I think everybody collected the big areas and hit Wolfboro. So, but I do want to say that I thought it was really good. It seemed like the kids were having a good time. So
Good.
that worked out well.
Good. Dan said he gave away everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I think it was good. Yeah. Body worn grant was finalized and the payment was made to the town. And so we're good on that. We got our 50% back.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
And have we put the cruiser out there for sale?
We are working on getting that advertised to see if we can get any takers.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Craigslist, Municibid,
Unibid,
whatever it's called.
yeah, and then, and then Derek to a couple people we know.
Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi isn't with us anymore. They're always looking for police
Yeah,
officers.
yeah, that's right, yeah, yeah.
So you guys went to, I think I ask you this every time I see you. You went up and visited your new digs?
We did.
Yeah.
Yep, Sergeant and I went up and did a walkthrough. It's exciting,
Yeah.
very exciting. You know, you're able to kind of see where the walls are and how much space we really have in each spot. And I think once you get inside, I think the general idea is that I think we've utilized the space really well because we have a lot of room.
Yeah.
That's my take.
And I think it's important, especially after this last discussion, that you familiarize yourself with the space and have your officers do it, have Roberta do it, so that when you meet with the decorating consultant or furniture person, that you really know what it is you wanna end up with for, you know, whatever furniture requirements there are, desk requirements. I mean, obviously, you're gonna utilize some of the stuff you already have, but
Sure.
there's gonna be more furniture in there, and the more input you can get out of the staff, the better off you are. Minimizes complaints, and
I agree.
also maybe makes the place a little more efficient.
Right. I agree.
You
And
could get in
who's,
this conference room table.
who's
I don't know if this will fit in there.
who handles evidence?
Sergeant does.
Okay, so he needs to figure out what he needs in his evidence room.
Yep. I think we've got an okay handle on it. And just it's you know, kind of letting Chris know that we might need a couple of refrigerators. We don't need a freezer, but a couple of refrigerators. We could probably build some type of thing to store firearms safely. And either he was thinking maybe a counter to work off of with a computer in there, because we will be logging stuff in and out of evidence. So I think putting a desk of some kind in there will probably take up a little bit of floor space that we may not want to. So we can kind of work on some of those ideas, but yeah.
Or whether
yeah,
it's
so.
counters, you know,
Right.
storage and stand up and work. It's not.
Do you need a safe?
Theoretically, we don't, in the sense that that whole room will be secured. It's going to be one key, one officer, and there'll be accountability, you know, going in and out of.
You're
there, so.
you're gonna have a card swipe there too? Even though it's one key, one officer, you should have a card swipe, just so you can account for time of entry and who that person was. Just a suggestion. It's your department.
I know exactly where you're going with that. I was thinking that either it's going to be a card swipe that will be given, the officer will be given a card, or it will be a keyed, like a deadbolt kind of thing, that the officer will be given a key. You know, so you know we have control over that and accountability. So
Well, it's
so.
the accountability.
Yes.
It's just what I
Yeah.
did up there. It's a card swipe and a deadbolt.
Okay.
So
All right. Yep.
nobody can get in with either one. You have to have both.
Yeah.
And you
And-
also
and-
know who got
And
it.
you know who got in when.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, we're on the same page with that.
Okay.
And
Yep.
I know we haven't talked about the outside storage for evidence, but I know in the beginning of the process for this police station, there was outside evidence storage. So you should probably, in the back of your mind, keep track of that. How much of that do you need? Currently, your stuff in your garage full of evidence already.
There is some stuff that's in there. Yep.
And
Yep.
how do we want to address that issue? Because you don't overpopulate your evidence room with bicycles. And I certainly am not interested in having you store evidence in one of the garage space in the new police station. I don't see that as effective at all.
Okay.
You know, they're there for cars and prisoners. And
Right. Okay.
so it's too late in the year to put up fencing or pour pads or do any of that work, but
Right.
come spring, we're gonna wanna take a look at what needs there are for outside storage.
It could be as simple as like that 20-foot Connex box they have out there. Putting one of those out back.
It could be, you know, I'd certainly give it a paint job before I left it out there.
Sure.
very long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And you don't keep dogs or wolves or anything
No.
Cats.
I can tell you I've worked places where they have a small, you know, chain-like roof covered area that you hold on to a dog for a short period of time, hoping that somebody will come forward and we won't have to go to the Humane Society. But that was at a place where the Humane Society was a ways away in the county.
Yeah.
So, you know, for us at this point in time, if we don't have tags, if we don't have owners calling in, that kind of deal, if it's not a frequent flyer that we think we might know who it is, we take it right to the Humane Society. So we're not babysitting. We don't have a place. So I'm not sure that it's not sure that we want to get into to that too much, but we could look for another
Well,
option.
I'm more concerned about,
Yeah.
the stolen bicycle or the
Right.
whatever.
Canoe,
Canoe.
kayak, that kind of thing, right, yeah, exactly, yeah,
You don't wanna put it in the police station proper.
right, yep, okay. Duly noted.
And I think that's all I've got. Hopefully we keep on top of I know you're working every day, but it's important to stay on top of the project a bit, so.
Sure. No, I appreciate being involved. Yeah, it's good.
I'm set. Thank you, chief.
All right, thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for playing.
Anytime.
Did we, while we're waiting for the fire department to come in, didn't we award Headwaters, Tyler Phillips? Didn't we award that?
Yes.
already? So I've got it here.
Yeah, it's in my folder too, but we awarded that
Okay.
last week, right? I
I
think.
thought it was.
Yes. Well, 2 weeks, but yes.
Yeah, whatever, yeah, okay. Hi, chief, sorry for the delay.
5 year with that.
And what?
There are a section of government buildings, there's only gonna be certain lines that they're gonna go through. You have packets in your green folders.
I'm gonna take away their CIP privileges pretty soon. Just saying. I clipped the pen because it drives somebody out there online crazy. I tried to go and see your fireboat. I'm like a little kid, I'm standing at the window looking in at the fireboat, but nobody was there.
When was that? What time?
It's Friday at 12:30.
We were probably taking delivery of it at that time.
No, it was there.
Oh.
Nobody else was there. There was one car in the driveway.
At 12:30?
Yeah, it might have been 1 o'clock, I don't know. But, so I didn't get to go in and see it.
Well, there's a picture.
Yeah. So I'll see it on television, is that what I'm looking for?
But we can show you in tomorrow or any other day. We're probably in that back room.
Yeah, I mean, the lights were on, somebody
Yeah.
was doing something, I didn't,
Probably a late lunch. You didn't ring the bell though.
Yeah.
I did not.
You just think
The
it
outside, the bell and
I did not ring the bell.
So that's just the
Have
flyer
you taken
for
it
your.
out on the water?
Not yet.
No?
Not here.
Not here. We did it
In
in Florida
Florida.
for the final
Yeah,
inspection.
it's warm for a bathing suit.
But that's the upcoming proposal for your public hearing that the town administrator is gonna be posting.
Posting Friday and public hearing tentatively for December 15th.
But just wanted you guys to see
To
it
have it
beforehand.
ahead of
That's
time.
our proposal to donate the firefighters' portion of that purchase to the
Good.
town.
So we've already paid for the boat,
Correct.
okay. So. This. The $50,000 would come back to the town?
So the boat cost 123 and some
Okay.
change. The town provided 100,000. We paid the difference for the boat and then up to 50,000
For
contribution for upfitting for
Oh, for the
the
outfit?
lights, the radios, the modifications
Okay.
to the trailer, equipment, all of that.
Lettering.
Lettering.
Fleur,
Fleur.
neat,
Our first boat with Fleur.
yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully the contrast of body heat and ice is significant enough for us to be able to pull that heat difference when we're searching for people in the winter.
interesting.
Well, when you drive around in the fog. So this will be all set to go by next spring, is that the plan?
Our intent is for it to be in service this winter.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna keep the other one in service until we're 100% efficient with
And then you got that marketed. correct?
When as soon as the training's complete and
Yeah.
everybody's up to speed, we will post that
Post it.
for
I thought you had a fire company that was.
There is Arrow was interested in it, but it's one of those things, are you okay with not putting it out to bid?
I think they're willing to spend 25 grand to buy it from us. But our feelings from previous meetings with you guys is you wanted it to go to auction.
Awesome.
But that's a decision for you guys to.
I don't know what the market value of one of these things
Oh,
is.
neither.
That's the tough part, is we
Right.
don't particularly either. There's no Kelly Blue Book for an airboat.
And the,
We looked at
I mean,
manufacturer-
similar brands.
if somebody came up and offered me 25 grand for my worn out boat, I'd take it. But we're in the public eye, and I think
Right.
the proper thing to do is to put it out.
As much as I'd love to see a community like Errol end up with a piece
Yeah.
of apparatus that could be very beneficial in the public safety era,
Yep.
I also look at our area in the marine construction and the demand for potentially something like that in the private sector. We
Yes,
could
I-
get a pretty decent return on it.
If
And I
all the
think
bids are really close, we're not obligated to take the low.
Right.
You know, or the high, or whatever. I mean, if Arrow comes in at 25 and the highest bidder's 30, we can have a discussion about whether or not we want to help Arrow out.
Right.
but we're 6 months or so from that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got storage for 2 boats?
Well, we're moving some stuff outside.
It'll be a
Trailer.
snug fit for a short period, but
Okay.
Good deal.
Gonna do some shoveling.
Okay.
All right.
So what else is going on in your world?
Sorry that we didn't get the update to you before
It's okay.
for today. Calls are fairly normal calls.
Fire calls are down, EMS calls are up.
Yeah.
Which is
So-
what's been trending over the last few years.
And it trends, through different departments, depending on elderly population and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're catching up with last year's numbers. I think that obviously we'll never see, the high mark of 720 calls, but I'm sure that we'll come in at over 600 easily, because we're already at 590 as far as call wise.
Well, and you never know. I mean, it's 6 weeks left to go.
Right.
Holidays.
Holidays.
5?
holidays,
Yeah.
there's just a
Yeah,
lot can
holidays.
happen.
Christmas tree fires.
Hopefully we don't have any of those.
Yeah.
We did have a dirt bike accident at MX 171 that we ended up using our utility 3 to go out and get the patient and bring them to the ambulance. Our utility 3 is the obviously the UT van that's set up to move a patient off-road wise. That worked very well in the process.
Was that
I think
a
that
major injury or just?
I wouldn't
Non-life threatening.
non-life-threatening as far as it goes. But I think that's the first incident that we've ever been called there. So I think overall, that's pretty decent that we've never been there for that. Under facilities and apparatus updates, all of our boilers and the hot water issue has been addressed. It's back up and running. That was $3,280.30 by the time we were done. Night security addressed an issue with the rear door. We were getting alarms with that when it was windy out. They found that the magnet on the back door was weak, and it was actually part of it was broke out. That got replaced, and door seems to be working fine now. We did replace or put carpet in the chief's office and assistant, the administrative assistant / captain's office, to try to see how that holds up. And if that holds up well, we're gonna look at putting it in other offices. That'll keep us from having to move the desks and all of the equipment in and out every time that the floors are redone.
If you haven't already, please get those plastic pads. Chair.
We did upgrade the wheels a year ago from the hard plastic to a soft roller, so
Yep.
it is softer on them, but we will look into them.
They're more like a roller skate type of
Yep.
wheel. And we went with the carpet that has the squares that are removable versus a full piece of carpet.
Wise choice.
We did replace a 100-foot section of forestry hose.
Not nose?
Not nose.
Okay.
On utility one's reel due to damage. The hose was purchased through IPS, and the replacement cost was $398. All the SEBAs and compressor system and jaws of life were all maintained on 11/12/25. That was also completed by IPS. There was one unit that needed some further repairs that had to be taken back to their shop. Our personnel worked with IPS to move equipment and apparatus to the station so that everything could be done at one location. Chief Thompson and Captain Morgan met with members of the Budget Committee, CIP, and Town Administrator at the Central Station on 11/14 to go over the Fire Department CIP requests. And that went fairly well. It got cut a little bit short because our airboat came in a couple hours earlier than expected. So we took delivery of the airboat on 11/14 at 10 a.m. Melvin Marina and personnel assisted with taking it off the trailer that it was shipped on from Florida, and we got it onto the department's trailer, and that's currently on the new trailer in Central Station. And we're going through and actually finishing up everything that needs to be taken care of with that. There's a little bit of welding that's going to need to be done with some pieces on the front of the trailer. Obviously, the radio needs to be wired in, the communications systems. The boat needs to be lettered, and we need to be efficient with its operation before it's actually sent out and used on its first calls as far as that goes. Also needs to be registered with the state. I know that the captain is working on that. And at this time, I'm sure that they probably were saying that we would be waiting till next year.
Sounds
as far
like
as the stickers and stuff.
Might
like
have
that.
closed boat registrations for 2025.
So with a
Most normal people aren't re-registering a boat in December, but
Yeah. But
They're
there's
gonna
not
see
too
what
many
they
people
can
that
do.
have airboats, so.
they're gonna see what they can do.
And I did take pictures and get all the information off of every generator that's attached to a town building. We sent that to Generator Connection, and they'll give us a comparison for the 2027
Excellent, thank you.
budget as far as it goes.
Thank you.
I think that it's probably gonna be quite a bit more, but
Could be.
that's one of those things that, what do you want done with the units and how
Yep.
much?
You don't know until you know.
No. Do you have anything that you would like to go over with the updates?
Well, I have this budget sheet here. What are we doing with this, Audrey?
They're going into that next.
Municipal buildings,
Okay.
4194.
Government buildings?
Okay.
Let's call it government buildings.
Thank you.
So I think if you don't mind, I'll start quickly on this, just to note one thing. We're looking to dissolve the line for Mirror Lake Station heat and combined it with the Melbourne Station heat,
I saw that.
so that it's just substation improvements, electric heat, and maintenance, instead of having that heat line broken into two separate categories where the rest of the substations were already compiled together.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see that that line in particular pretty much doubles this year, but the substation heat line for 411 doubles. However, the line below it for 412 is no longer funded.
Right, but you've only, I mean, you're on track to spend $6,300.
This year, correct, yeah,
Yeah.
for substation heat.
Heat, yeah.
So $7,000, even though it's 500 less than the two combined, it's still a
Correct.
reasonable number.
Yeah, looking at the heat
Mhm.
history through the years,
Yep.
we can afford, I believe, to budget down $500 in that line.
Good.
So, what was the other one I had up on? So you're gonna combine the electric,
The heat for the two
I
substations.
got the heat part.
Yeah.
Are you-
The electric, I believe,
Was
was
already
already
combined.
combined.
Yeah,
It's
it was already one.
combined?
Yeah.
So,
And substation maintenance.
substation electric, or 2187. Spent. I mean, I don't, do you think you need to go to 2850?
You said 20,
You've only spent $2,187.
So looking at the history combined, we're at 2,600 for the year spent on fuel between the two stations?
No,
No, electric.
Electric.
Sorry, I apologize.
Second line down.
I said the wrong thing, but
Yeah, right now, as
Right.
far as what I have seen, and we estimated the last two, November and December, at Melvin Village at 109 and 109. But it looks like, so Melvin Village would be $2,850. And, oh, excuse me, both of them together would be $2,850. Melvin Village itself looks like it's gonna be $1,307 that we estimated with the last 2 months, but it's been roughly 122, 122, 108, 116, 96, 103. So we have the,
on a monthly basis?
yeah, on a monthly basis.
Okay,
We have the numbers.
all right,
Yeah, and
I'm
they're,
good. I
and
mean,
they're carrying out to
I just
26 and
want you to
change.
defend it,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
all.
so there's the
'Cause you're not
total
getting-
between
you're
the
not
two.
getting it next year, so you gotta defend it this
Right.
year.
Right.
Hopefully, you won't have an electric bill next year. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Get that.
That's the plan, Stan.
So I don't know if did you get the breakdown of 2020 to 2025 as far as the government buildings?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
5-year average. Do you have it?
it's a different than we
Different,
yeah.
a little bit different.
Okay.
It's ours, but yes.
So, in substation improvements, is that the same thing as, is that the same thing as?
No.
maintenance?
That's making the buildings, changing something, making it better. The
Okay,
maintenance is
so we got
yearly.
2884, and were they combined last year?
Mhm.
Yeah, so you spent $2,884 on a $4,000 budget, and now you're asking for $6,000. What are the improvements you're looking to make?
For 2024?
Yeah,
No, what are we forecasting improvements for next year?
Yeah.
Is that what you're
right.
asking?
I mean, 2025, you had $4,000, you spent $2,884.
So far.
Now you want $6,000.
Neither substation was crack filled or seal coated this year, so those prices are in for the 26 budget. That's why that's the big part of
So paving.
that increase, crack sealing and seal coating.
So,
Okay.
That's the difference on both of the buildings and on the central.
So that's the improvements. The maintenance also went up, well, it only went up $700, but you've only spent $4,388 of that money. So year-to-date on fire department substation maintenance,
Mm-hmm.
you had $6,250 and you spent $4,388.
And we're not complete for the year.
But
Yeah, I don't know if the spring, fall cleanups have come through or the annual inspection for the alarms. Those come through.
That's still
Pending.
coming.
okay. And Central Fire Department electric,
Last year we budgeted 16.5.
Yeah.
And looking at the history across the board, it doesn't look like we're quite there. We had a 8% increase in electric from last year. So kind of forecasting off of that, the numbers this year were at 15,540. And then we're averaging between the 11 months to determine what next month's will be. So
so you spent $12,861 year-to-date.
Mhm.
So,
there's another bill that probably didn't hit yours that we got
yeah,
today,
I'm sure it's probably $8,000.
1383.
Okay,
And then we have December.
So that monthly average is about $1,300 a month.
okay, so $2,600 more, and now you're at $15,000. Any room, but you went down.
So we went
$300.
down 500 in what we're requesting.
You went down 300 from 25.
25 was 1650. $16,500.
I got 24 as 16.5 and 25 as 16.3. Am I wrong? I could be wrong.
I have 15,493. Oh, that was
the actual.
I don't have that in front of me.
I mean, it's not a killing issue, but,
Oh, look at that. It was.
Budgeted
16,300.
16,500.
16.3.
Yeah, I think I miswrote that. I think it was 16,300.
16.3, yeah. So once again, I hope.
So we're
hopefully-
down
Hopefully you won't,
300 less of a request.
right, hopefully you won't have any cost in 27. And Central Fire Department maintenance,
Last year, or 2025, it budgeted was 26,900.
right, you only spent 24,000, I think.
Oh, we're not done.
I'm sure you are, but time's a wasted, my
Right.
friend. So you have some more maintenance to do?
There is some stuff that needs to finish up, but the one thing that, obviously, as far as,
So you got $2,000 left in this year's budget.
which is nothing to us,
Right. And,
we have some outstanding, bills as far as that goes, but $2,000 we know
do
in
you
one.
think you'd be over the 26.9?
I think before the end of the year, we will be over the 26.
Okay. So,
I'm hoping that we have no more issues, but our last issue cost us over $3,000, so.
right, okay. So that's the biggest driver. And Central Fire improvements is another big driver.
Our annual sprinkler system inspection went up to $800. It was $450. They haven't raised our price since COVID, and didn't catch that. that they hadn't gone up with it, and they finally caught up when I asked them for an estimate.
Who were you using?
Uh,
Hampshire?
Hampshire Fire.
And how many years has that fire station been there?
13.
13, so another 2 years you're gonna have a 5-year internal.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because we've done one 5-year internal already as far as that goes. We obviously had a leak
mhm.
that they ended up fixing, and
Gauges are all up to date.
the gauges are up to date. There are going to be some sprinkler heads that are going to have to be replaced coming up in the next year or so.
Why?
As far as when they reach their timeout.
They don't, okay,
Certain heads have
Certain
dates
heads.
stamped
Okay.
right in them.
yeah, I know they all have the date stamped in them, but I thought that they were, had a much longer time.
Life.
Yeah,
It depends on whether it's a wet system or a dry system.
yeah,
The
And
dry
we have
systems time out faster.
yep.
So you've spent $4,388 out of a $5,400 budget. And you're asking for $3,000 more. How you gonna do that?
For
Central Fire Station improvements.
we obviously have some lines that are gone up more as far as that goes.
That's what I'm looking for.
General building
Central
maintenance and
improvements.
supplies.
Improvements.
That big one's the seal coating
Yeah,
I already did the seal coating
on the substation. It's a
substations.
different station.
different,
So we're gonna seal coat
the central
the central
station.
station.
Yeah. And then we have
And does
the
that include line striping too? Because when you seal coat, you got a line stripe.
We do it in-house.
We do it.
Okay.
You stripe?
The same way Jack does here with,
That little thing that's in the
line stripe.
bathroom there?
But we were measuring out the lines a little bit wider,
made some adjustments.
made some adjustments for trucks, as far as pickup
Sure.
trucks and stuff like
Sure.
that.
Humvees.
But they don't need the reflective striping the streets do, so
No.
we can do that.
You can
much
use paint
cheaper
rather than the
in-house.
thermoplastic.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, Jack buys the paint and
Okay.
charges it to our account. And
Okay.
it goes from there.
Well, good luck with all of this, Bob.
They'll be, you're coming tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
We won't present this
Are
one
you-
tomorrow night, though.
No, you're not doing municipal buildings tomorrow.
No. Okay.
So, I mean, I can see them wanting to put the crack sealing into the paving budget. Just saying.
Well, the crack sealing, I think that the highway department has done it in the past, but I would assume that we still need to be, the bill still needs to go to somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we had Jim give us numbers in the past, and actually our guys from Sunday Paving were cheaper as far as crack sealing and all of that stuff.
You got a new, bigger machine, I thought.
Yeah.
Jim did, yeah.
He said we were on the list, but I think that the weather has probably caught up with him.
Yeah. Okay.
And under government buildings, we moved $1,000 from the fire department budget into the central station maintenance because it was more of a maintenance thing.
So you have notes on all that stuff, because you have to defend it. I mean,
Yeah,
that
Right. Yep.
$2,000 gain on
Mhm.
one line doesn't bother me, but it might bother some people.
It's all in here. That can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess we're still on television, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've reviewed your CIP requests for 26, and I hope you're wide awake enough to know that you're not getting them all, because we have a budget to keep here.
Mm-hmm.
And the CIP recommendations are only recommendations. We need to continue to pay for the new fire truck that's coming in someday. And we have capital reserve funds that we've started that we need to continue to fund. And I know that you wanted to do some engineering on the 2 substations. That would be, I think, did we increase the engineering line? But we are going to, I think. Because that becomes I mean, we have a number of different engineering projects
Right.
to have,
They,
to look at.
in their packet to support their municipal buildings, I did see engineering. Is that the engineering for the substations?
But
It was
it's-
initial before we knew that it was much more than that $1,000 for each building.
Okay.
So that could be taken out of, the engineering could be taken out of the
Substation.
substation maintenance as far as that goes. If you're
Improvements.
indeed gonna have another area, but we didn't know how much engineering was gonna cost. And we still have no idea
Right.
about how much.
I mean, you got a quote from
Right.
Lana Page and Stone.
Yeah.
But that was premised upon if we build it, this is
Right.
what it'll cost, but you don't know if
And
you
it's
can build
still, the engineering's on top of that proposed
Right. it.
price.
You don't know if you can build that until you get it
Exactly.
engineered. We need that, those 2 building engineered, we need the engineering done up at the transfer station with that retaining wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if we have any more that Headwaters is gonna do down at Melvin Wharf. But, and then we have Lake Street, so there's a number of different things that we have to put together for 27's
Mhm.
warrant, so that if you wanna do one of those buildings, or both of those buildings, you have the correct number.
If we want to, obviously, if we want to not limit the size of the apparatus, obviously, then we need to do something with the stations.
So it gives
So
you,
that we're
yeah,
not building,
it gives you an opportunity to actually go look at the market. What is the difference in cost of a custom-made,
right,
a smaller, shorter apparatus versus a standard size
Right.
apparatus?
obviously, customizing things is
Costs money.
a lot of
Well, we
money.
did that one,
But you have to do that every
We've
time
been
you buy
doing
a
this
truck.
Every time.
yeah,
The new truck, the new one that's coming in, our new engine 4,
right,
will only live in the central station unless we do something with the other
right.
stations. It's gonna spend its 20 years there.
Right.
Because we didn't limit the size or anything along that line.
Right, and it also does it, yeah, there's any number of conversations that can be
Yep.
had. If you are gonna increase the size of, or the height of the Melvin station, for instance, and then do you move a piece of apparatus up there that will fit now in that building? Does that free up space for some other activity at Central Station?
Basically, we, like the Melvin Village truck and the Mirror Lake truck, we move them back and forth so that they're getting used, either one, depending on where we have people. But the 3 trucks that we have right now will fit in any of the stations. It's not going to, raising the doors and stuff like that is not going to make any more space. And we have to be very careful about how much we change the buildings as far as percentage wise, because then we get into sprinkler systems and things like that with the fire stations. And the lots aren't conducive to building much bigger as far as.
Well, you're the AHJ. You can waive that requirement.
I've never have.
We can-
And going out into the general public and waiving all the stuff for ourselves and not doing it for someone else is very tough. But we've been able to say, hey, we have the sprinkler system, we have what is required.
Set a good example.
And not, we're leading by example with the different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, we can require more stringent codes, but the state doesn't allow us to make it less stringent. So,
Yeah. I just think there's a lot more preparation that has
Yeah.
to go on.
Yeah.
Before we get to that point. I mean, it's like the ambulance discussion you had at CIP. I think there's a lot more discussion that has to go on before we start thinking about having two fully staffed ambulances when we have Stewart's at an awfully good price.
Right. Oh, we're not looking at, you know, having the ambulances in-house by no means as far as that goes. Having, at some point in time, the ambulance that we have, you know, we've experienced breakdowns with it, and we have no other unit
Right.
as far as that goes. Usually in departments, if you have an ambulance, then you have a backup to that as far as it goes. Right now, obviously, Stewart's is our backup with, if we weren't transporting and stuff, they're coming out and doing the transports for us, and we're the backup with the whole thing. But when our ambulance breaks, then one of the other pieces of apparatus has to come in, and you get so used to operating a piece of equipment that has everything in it, then you have to move the stuff from the ambulance and do it, you know, like halfway type of thing. But overall, we turned in CIP stuff that we were asked to turn in for, you know, a 10-year period. And obviously, with the fire department, everything is expensive and needs to be laid out for whatever years as far as it goes. We don't want to be in the boat that we're not doing our job. You asked us to lay out the deal for the 10 years. We're trying to keep up with that. And obviously with us, we have a life expectancy on the different stuff, and the town's been very good about keeping up with the life expectancy.
I mean, but you are the largest budget in town.
Yeah.
And consequently, you'll probably be the largest warrant article budgets in town. But you're not the only budget in town.
Right. And we're aware of that.
I know you're carpenters, so everything looks like a nail, or you're a hammer, everything is a nail, but we need to balance everything else out, so it's just, I'm sure it'll work out.
And that's your
job.
side of things as far as your job to say, hey, this is what we're going for this
Yeah,
year.
we're certainly not looking forward to saying, no, you can't have something that would be vitally important, that's not gonna happen. But I could go on and on, having enormous multiples of capital reserves is no different than having debt. You're just eating up that limited amount of money that we can allocate for warrant articles. And some warrant articles just happen in a year. They don't require any capital reserves.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's some of our smaller stuff, it's makes sense to
Yeah.
do it in 1 year.
Yeah.
So Audrey, we're not voting on this tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we're voting on any budgets, are we?
Well, we did.
Conservation yard.
We did one.
Conservation, right?
Okay. All right.
Jared, it's on you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Brian's on the vote.
once it's all donated to the town and the town owns it, we can start operating it. We're not gonna, our intent is to not operate it until that donation has been accepted, so it's square with insurance and ownership right now.
So we should do that. We got a work session Monday, we could probably do that.
It needs to get posted on, sorry,
Certainly, so this could tomorrow.
we are,
Awesome.
it'll be in the paper Friday.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. All right. Next on the agenda is the consent calendar.
to accept the DRA draft ratio study report.
Yeah,
And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 rights of burial. So I'm gonna make a motion that we,
Oh. Okay, good.
I'm gonna make a motion that we sign the items in the consent calendar folder.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Actually, I can sign these after, because I know you probably want to get home.
I signed it.
I know. But I don't want to hold you up by signing it.
Okay.
Action items. We do have a couple of budgets here. We did the Conservation Commission.
Yeah.
We're not doing municipal buildings. We have financial administration, tax collector budget.
They've been tabled.
All of them?
We're done with budgets for tonight.
Okay. Dump day, Lakes Region Conservation Trust is doing another. Oh wait a minute, what's this? No, this is different, I'm sorry. Let us take the junk out of your trunk. Tufton Borough Transfer Station is hosting a dump day. Saturday, November 30th.
That is the flyer from last year as a template,
Oh,
for you to accept the possibility for upcoming events.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, they're asking to do it again. It was successful last
This is
year.
where the people take the trash for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
and load your car for you.
Okay.
And this year it'll be the day after Thanksgiving, and so they want the selectmen's approval, they can do it again.
I'll move to let them do it again.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
This is Lakes Region Planning Commission Household Hazardous Waste Day.
Yes.
They want to do this again in 2026. Worked out well, very well last year. I've already talked to Chris. He said that if this came up, it's got his blessing. And I'm trying to find out what day that they're planning to do it.
I don't think they've set a schedule yet, but they need a letter of commitment that the town will participate.
Okay, the town of Tufton Borough has appropriated $6,293 for the purpose of a household hazardous product collection program, pending approval at the 2026 town meeting. So is this does this go in as a warrant?
No, it's in Chris's budget already, which you've already approved.
Okay, thank you.
We've approved.
We have approved. All right, so I will make a motion that we sign the letter of commitment to the household hazardous product collection program for 2026.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
While you're on action items, I don't think you closed the vote that you made for Lakes Region Computer. Our secretary didn't have it.
I thought we voted on
Did you not have the vote, Ashley?
I have one for heat.
that.
I didn't make
You-
notes on it.
You moved on to discussing the internet providers and you never revisited the motion.
So the motion was made and seconded for Lakes Region Computer?
I know it was, yeah.
It was, but then you moved on to internet and got
Okay, we never
distracted.
closed that out, got distracted, moved on. And did you have an amount?
I did. It was $7,139.
$7,039.94.
$49.
Okay, motion was made and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Correspondence. ZBA, notice of a hearing. It's Wednesday at the town office. Tufton Borough Firefighters Association, sending out their annual fund drive.
Library.
Copy of the library's year-to-date budget. Have you had a chance to look at this?
I did, yeah.
Looks like Damon Steer from Conway Daily Sun is asking if we are going to vote on this, which we did.
Yeah.
So you can respond to Damon. Okay.
Or not.
I did let him know that the meeting would be posted and he could watch it.
Okay.
So I think the town clerk can work on that letter to the state.
Shiva.
To whoever.
Yeah, I talked to her
Yeah.
earlier.
An update, a solar update. Basically, it's just they're going to be seeking a continuance of our approval from the Hampshire Electric Cooperative. And an recycling activity report. And the Hampshire Liquor Commission.
Yeah, it seems that the general store is looking for a liquor license.
Refuge Barbecue and Mercantile has made an application for a restaurant, beverage, and wine liquor license. This is notification to us. No decision from us is necessary. It's just notification that they've applied. Okay. Appointments is done. Well, minutes. We have to do minutes. Let's see. We've got minutes from the Selectmen's work session Tuesday, October 28th, and regular Selectmen's meeting on Monday, November 3rd. I've read these. I have no issue with any of the
I'll make a motion
content.
we approve the 2 sets of minutes, one for October 28th and one for November 3rd.
I'll second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Town administrator and selectmen's updates.
I am at budget and clerical assistant is, actually both of us are over budget. And I'm also feeling overwhelmed, so I'd like to ask that clerical be able to spend more time. I think overall election and registrations will be under budget because she didn't have staff for a few weeks.
So, you're looking for clerical assistant to be increased? Is that what you're saying?
I'd like her to be able to work 20 hours through the end of the year.
Where's she currently working now?
Let's see, you were at 19 at the end of yesterday or something.
So, I guess what I'm getting at is you've done a projection of how much extra this is going to cost, and you found money in the budget to cover this.
Right.
Well, yeah, because you're running about $14,000 or $7,000 a month. So you get a month and a half left, so that's another $10,000, and you got $28,000 in the total budget.
We do have to pay the selectmen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how many 20 hours times how many weeks? Is that 20 additional hours?
No.
It's a total of 20
Yeah.
hours. Okay.
But you're saying the deputy town clerk, you've got room in that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's from one department to another. Do we have to do a line item transfer?
No, you can't.
No?
No,
Okay.
no, we have plenty of money.
And my hope is that legal will be
Whole budget.
under, yeah, in the whole budget year. room.
Currently, we've got $770,000, which we have to spend all about. That doesn't include the school, does it? That's another lot of money. Yeah, I think, but, through budget season, there's no avoiding it, really.
No. No. No, but if this is gonna happen again next year, we should plan for it.
Well, she's in for more hours, and
Yeah.
I'm in for more hours, 37, going from 35 to 37.
Okay.
And we have actually gone up to 20 hours next year.
Okay.
Okay, so some of the things that I'm working on, I did the health trust renewal and the FSAs for employees. So I feel like I'm pretty set on the renewal for the health for employees. I'm watching DRA every day for the tax rate. We're still waiting on the school. The concern there is that the county payment's coming up for 1.8 million, and we may need to do a
Tax
Tan.
anticipation note.
We don't have the authority.
you do.
No, we don't. We have never asked the voters to approve a TAN.
You did, and I have it from DRA in the year. I don't have it on the top of my,
I don't remember
Memory.
ever having done that.
so I can go back and make sure that
Okay.
passed.
I'd rather get the tax bills out.
I know, I would too. I would too. I'm supposed to be at NHMA's conference on Wednesday and Thursday, but the tax rate takes priority, so if I get that email, I'll be here. Let's see, still supporting police station, and I might need another policy for Union Wharf. I'm talking to the state on that.
We still haven't gotten paid from them.
No. I've asked Ashley to help me with the invoicing for the culvert grant, so hopefully we can get some of that reimbursement in. I've asked for another 300 plus from the trustees of the trust funds for the police station. So I'm trying to make sure we get all our revenue in. I have the personnel budget, the rest of the municipal buildings budget. And I think the 2024 audit should be out anytime. And then I have those couple legal letters that I need to wrap up. And the Wolfboro Parks and Rec and the timesheet, the time clock policy. Posting the police vehicle, which I think Ashley can help me with. And putting out the audit RFP, which we've started drafting.
The RFP from auditor.
And I'd like to ask you, when you do non-public minutes, if you can just, I'll put a note in the non-public to seal them. So when you have a non-public, to seal them, for a certain amount of time is helpful. So you're not opening them. So occasionally you might have a topic that you want to seal indefinitely, or,
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
okay.
that'd be helpful.
Okay. I'm sure I have lots of other niggly things like,
It's okay. We can't remember everything. That's why we have you.
right?
You remember everything for us.
So, but I think, yeah, I'm treading underwater but keeping afloat. So,
Nose is still above.
right,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we appreciate
Anything?
all the hard work that you do.
Ashley's all set with working more hours.
Yeah,
Okay.
she gave you a thumbs up.
I did ask that same question earlier.
Okay,
Yes.
alrighty.
All right. Both of you, thank you for all you do. And I know you do a lot.
sometimes I feel like a ping pong ball depending on who walks in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think with conservation, Vicki, she said, oh, they're not interested in that, and I assumed that was the 19-mile brook study, not the CIP submission. So, yeah, that's how that confusion came.
Okay. Do you have anything?
No, I'm good. I think I covered everything while we were working.
Same. Any other business that we need to discuss tonight? Did I miss anything? All right.
We're meeting again on Monday.
We're meeting again on Monday.
So maybe we'll set the tax rate.
It's a work session.
Or
Right.
it doesn't actually matter if David's here or not. We need to set the tax rate.
Right.
Yeah. But Monday's a work session, 4 o'clock.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The highway budget.
Working on the highway budget. Yep. All right. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.